Welcome back to the James Rambling Show, episode 5. So, I'm supposed to have a guest on tonight, but it turns out that he can't come onto the show or be interviewed. So, that's going to be next week. That's going to be January 28th, 2022. So, that'll be pre recorded, and this is pre recorded just now. So, yeah, I'm actually getting really tired right now. I'll probably still stay up, but I don't, yeah. And if you're wondering why that's there, it's because it's been 2 years since I started watching anime. So I wanted to it's almost been 2 years, so I think it's the 22nd and 23rd. By the time this is uploaded, it'll be the 2 years. So there's that. And so I've been watching Peacemaker, which is a great show featuring John Cena. The goal of Peacemaker is that he's trying to achieve peace, but here's the thing, and with that, he tries to do that, right, but the way it's done is, he does these horrible things to achieve peace. So it's like, I'll do whatever it takes, sort of thing. And I've been, those are the books. I might actually just take them off and show you. It's probably better. So, I've not read this one yet, but that's Return of the King. That's Return of the King there. And I have a bookmark in this, by the way, so if you're wondering what's that thing at the side, it's a bookmark. So that's Fellowship of the Ring. So that's the book I've started reading first. I've only skimmed through the first one. So yeah. But I'm doing that kind of setup thing where I've got things next to me. I still have this. I still haven't taken it out of the box. And not to mention, I do have a Spider-Man hat on right now. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to try wear a hat to see, just try and change it up a bit. But yeah, that when we get that guest on, this is probably going to be more interesting than me just rambling and feeling tired while recording a podcast, right? So that could be. I've actually made some notes here. I've made notes about. I've made notes about the channel. Of certain things I'll be talking about here. They're just some notes I've made. I mean, I might try to do it not go, it's not like a script, but yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but that's just some notes I've made for the show, just for that, so I know what I'm talking about, really. Like, I've looked into what his content is, who's been on his channel, when it was made, the stuff he's made. He actually made the Chicken Man short film. That is so daft. And also there was the milkshake challenge. I might even throw these up here. Oh man, those videos were so weird. But yeah, that whole thing's gonna be about how he wanted to make that channel and why he made the channel and everything. So yeah, there is that. I did talk about Lord of the Rings there. There was the Lord of the Rings of Power announcement trailer. It had Galadriel. It's a different Galadriel now, which I don't know how I feel about that because the original Galadriel was so iconic. Um, because Amazon is obviously a business, so the fact that they're doing this, I don't mind it in that regard, because I realise they're just trying to make money, right? But it does not look like this will be the best form of, Tolkien's work, because we had Lord of the Rings, right, which 3 great movies. We've got the Hobbit films, which I haven't rewatched, because I need to rewatch those because it's been ages. And there's also a novel based on that, right? It's actually three films and the book's about. I think it's only it's actually shorter, a really short novel. So it's yeah that like so there's that Moon Knight. There's a Moon Knight trailer which looks cool. That was really cool to see. Yeah, Oscar Isaac was amazing in that trailer. Like he's gonna play that character so well, and hopefully, you know, they should they should actually make that entire series like just stick to that dark theme because that's clearly what it's trying to do. So it better stick to that dark theme. Right, I'm not going to speculate if it doesn't and everything because I am getting off that train now. I am actually going to try to not do that anymore. And I'm trying not to assume, yeah, I've been tuning out of Nerd Erotic, which has actually been quite easy. Like, I don't have anything against that guy, but that guy, man, he always talks about modern Hollywood, and it's like I just need a break for it, man. Which is why I've been reading Lord of the Rings books to get a break from that stuff. I don't. I'm actually tired. You like that stuff? Sorry, I'm tired. Yeah. So there's that, and I'll talk about some. I want to talk about other stuff like how I passed a year. So you needed to get 80 credits to pass the year, and I did that. I got 84, I think. So I didn't pass with flying colours, but I got over 80 basically. So well, you needed the literacy and numeracy as well, so I got that. Yeah, I didn't watch as much anime because of that, and yeah, I watched more anime last year. I watched tons of anime actually, and I'm trying to get into it again. I've been wanting to watch the Gundam films, which I keep saying to myself and I keep forgetting. So I'm going to try watch at least the first one tonight. And if I forget again because of I'm gonna have to edit the podcast and everything, um, yeah, we'll see about that. I'm excited for the next Peacemaker episode. That is going to be so good. Honestly, that series is so good. I mean, like John Cena is like in the show he's actually racist or something like that. But like it's a joke. Like it's kind of like a running joke. I found it was a I actually found it to be quite funny how they made him racist in the series because you know it feels like it's just a joke. It's just joking around with that whole thing. You know. Um. So yeah. So there is that. Um. I try to think. Trying to think of what else to talk about here, right? Because every time I lose what I'm talking, every time I'll try to think of if I can't think of a subject, it's kind of hard to just, like I know I ramble, but there's times where I just can't think of topics to think about. Because I try to do this off the top of my head, but I need to try and start writing down things I can talk about, so I'm not just saying, you know what I mean. Actually, last night I was actually replaying more of the Lord of the Rings game. That was fun. The game is amazing. One of the best Lego games I've played ever. Not because I just love Lord of the Rings, it's just amazing in general. Um, okay, so there is actually that. There is an Activision that who actually does a Microsoft thing, where Microsoft has bought them now. So there's that, which was interesting. It's a lot of money that they did. That was a lot of money. So, and I think the whole thing with the Game Pass, right? The Game Pass is actually amazing, but because you Because instead of having to pay a lot of money for one game, right, you could be saving only $10 or whatever on 100 games and more. And I also think like I kind of need a PS5 now. Like I've been with Xbox for ages, right? But I'm thinking about I want to try and see if I can get a PS5. Because I've actually been thinking about playing like Uncharted over the years and all of that. There's a movie coming out for Uncharted, by the way. It looks okay, I guess. But yeah, if you wanted to play those, I wanted to play those exclusives for a long time and I couldn't because it's only PlayStation. So that's gonna be good. So yeah, I've seen gameplay of exclusives, but I've never really played them because I don't have a PlayStation. Because right now I have an Xbox. This is just an Xbox controller, and then I have two others. And I'm using. This is actually one of my Xbox headsets that I used to use when I did parties, Xbox Live parties, which I don't do anymore with my friends. I don't do it. I don't do it as much now. I would say. Um. So yeah, stay tuned for that next episode because that it's no. This is there's also how I wanted to get another mic where it's actually better than this because you can obviously it's a much better quality than those earbuds I was using. But if I can try to get like a good, why did I didn't need to put my head like that, but but um but yeah, I'm trying to get a better mic now. So yeah, just to improve upon this that I'm wearing. I mean, you can hear me better with this, because with the last one, it was like. Welcome to the podcast, and today we're gonna tell you about how the show is going to go. Right? That's what it sounded like, which wasn't good. And that one episode, I mean, was 30 minutes long. No, I've decided the only time I'm actually doing that is when the only time I'm going to be doing that is when guests are on. So I'm going to have 30. I'm up for 20 to 40-minute long conversations with the guests when that happens. I don't know how many guests I'm going to have on the show, but yeah, that's just an update of that. There's still going to be delayed episodes. I mean, actually, wait, no, maybe I'll forget about making podcasts, but what I'm because it's a Friday night it's gonna be on and it's the weekend that it comes out. So that whole thing I've just realised is dumb because it's a weekend and I'm not gonna be at school the next day. That I don't You don't have school on a weekend. I realised that whole thing. Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not delaying them. Right. I might just not think about the podcast as much and doing it as much because I'll be studying for tests, getting those credits, passing year 12, and then passing year 13, graduating, and there. But I don't know how successful this podcast is actually going to be. This is just for fun so far. Yeah. I'm getting really tired now. I'm gonna start ending this soon. So yeah, I'll definitely be editing this, making the title, description, all that stuff. I don't have the best editing software for this sort of thing. So at some point I'm gonna try to get a better editing software because I know there's OBS Studio and everything, but I'm gonna try to find a better editing thing because I usually edit these on my phone. So what I do is basically I record this on my laptop and then I finish watching it and assessing it basically. then I send it into a Google Drive, then I get my phone, and then I download that file, and then I just look over it and edit, put some little, you know how I've done those where I've added images and everything, and I've corrected some things with the asterisk. So that's how much quality goes into this. So there's gonna be a different up. I'm gonna try upgrade to better software. So we'll see about that. But for now, stay tuned to the next week for this, where we're gonna have a guest finally. So Team TMS, stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we will, yeah, just like I was saying, I'll see you in the next episode of the show. Goodbye.